Good morning, Tuesday, man. All the way George Page coming to you live on YouTube. Well, last night the Miss Olympia has made its return, and it's all in the books now, and we have a new Miss Olympia. But anyway, this was a great opportunity to see the return of female bodybuilding to the Olympia weekend. As you know, after 2014, the IFBB dropped the sport, the division from its lineup. And the women, they kind of struggle. They didn't know what they want to do, what was the future going to be. But thanks to a gentleman by the name of Jake Woods, uh, the future was burning bright for the ladies. They survived. They were able to make it. I mean, that's pretty good. So anyway, this was from the prejudging, and these were the ladies who were considered in the, the top five. And I was kind of, I had my predictions. Who was gonna, make the top. Actually, it was probably top. It was top six, but really it's top five, and they put on a pretty good performance. I didn't see all the show. Like I said, I didn't do the pay per view. I ain't gonna pay that much for it. I'm sorry, I love bodybuilding, but not that much to pay about $60 for a pay per view. But I did see some stuff on some channels here and there that posted little things, and and a lot of pictures. And this is mostly from the right here. It's mostly from the first call out. As you know, you have Andrea Shaw in the middle, and on her right, well, actually, it has a left. That's Myla Ash and Monique Jones, and on our right, you have Hala Trevino and Margie V. Martin and Irene Anderson. And the big part is that you had return of two Miss Olympia, former Miss Olympias, the 10-time Miss Olympia, Iris Kyle, and the bad news about it, Iris had to drop out. And Iris wasn't feeling very well. And, some people thought it was COVID, but no, she was tested earlier and she was negative for COVID. Most likely it could be the flu. Next thing worse to have COVID is probably pneumonia, because this around this time of year is especially down in Florida. Florida's down the south, and usually the weather's kind of funny down the south. We can be warm next day, cold the next. It goes up and down. But I'm hoping it's not COVID. Sometimes these tests don't always come out positive, negative. Sometimes you have it's just crazy about this disease. But I hope she does all right, and maybe next year she'll come back. But anyway, we still had a former Miss Olympia, and that is Yaxeni O'Keen. And Yaxeni took 13th place. And I think this is her last ride. This is going to be her very last Miss Olympia. I think she's done. She did pretty good. She placed seventh at the Rising Phoenix. And then this is probably one of her lowest showings at a Miss Olympia in years. So I think she's going to go back to focus on her career, her job, and on her gym. Anyway, um, taking sixth place is Monique Jones. And Monique is huge, but the thing is, Monique might need to tighten in a little bit. She might need maybe drop a little extra water off and maybe a little extra muscle, come in a little more tighter. She probably would. I thought Monique was going to make the top five, but she got six. So, And then making fifth is the big Swede herself, Irene Anderson. And especially a woman at 54, she's doing pretty good. I mean, she did better than a lot of young girls in the division that she was. I mean, she just came in a great package. I think one time I think somebody said Monique got sick. I mean, Irene got sick, but she recovered, and she came up and come in top five, which means she will be coming back for next year's Miss Olympia. Then you have number four, Myla Ash. As you know, Myla, who just competed in her first bodybuilding contest as the New York Pro after competing at a physique contest maybe a couple weeks before, and then turning up and making the top five at Miss Olympia. And that's pretty good. It's pretty impressive. So we'll see more in the future. Then we have Hella Trevino. And I was watching a lot of people say Hella's gonna win, Hella's gonna win, but I doubt Hella's gonna win, especially if you still had, if Iris was still there, and you have Margie and you have Andrea who beat her at the Rising Phoenix a couple of weeks ago, and Hella, some say wasn't her best condition. I think I was surprised she even got in third place. I felt like she was gonna make either fourth or fifth. But if, like I said, if Iris came in a super condition, like she usually does, I think she would have got fourth place. And then we have the showdown. Andrea Shaw versus Marvelous Margie V. Martin. And people said that, I think I heard that they said that Margie might have been a little bit under the weather, but she still came in great condition. Her quads were amazing. Look how big her quads is compared to Andrea. And, I think one point suggests the problem is her midsection. Margie has a short torso. And then also, if you know, look close to her, Margie has a C-section scar. And that affects the abdominal area. It means that skin is cut, and it does always make a great look, especially when doing abs and shots. So anyway, drum roll please. Andrea Shaw become the new Miss Olympia. And this is a good thing. This is a good thing for her. She hit a triple header. She won the Omaha Pro, won the Rising Phoenix, and then she wins the Miss Olympia. And just turning 37 years old today. And this is the thing is, most female bodybuilders hit their peak in their I would say in their mid to late 30s, because that's where they seem like the muscles just hit the right. Like when I was just winning the Miss Olympia, she was in her mid to early 30s, and after last Miss Olympia, she was like, she just turned 40. I think she was just around 40, and I think Andrew probably can be Miss Olympia for maybe 2 more years if someone doesn't come in with a better package, or if Margie don't step it up, or Hella step it up, or if Iris comes back and with a super package. But I think she's gonna hold this title for a good while. That's a possibility. But here's advice for her: don't do any other shows. Like I said, focus on the Miss Olympia. Now that's the thing. Iris did that. Reason why Iris was doing so many other shows. Reason why Iris was doing both the international and the Miss Olympia, because they wasn't paying her much for the Miss Olympia. She was getting only $25,000. And back in the day, I remember the ladies would get $50,000. But after I think the '97 season and '98 was $25,000, and that's not much. And you compete at the Miss International, that's another $27,000. That's another extra money in your pocket. But now that the Miss Olympia, she won $50,000, counting with what she got, $50,000 from this show, 57 from the Rising Phoenix, and a new car. That's a pretty good year for her. I mean, and I think I think her father would have been proud of her. I mean, his daughter came up and she's become the new Miss Olympia. And I think she might, hold the record she might hold the title. She may not beat Iris's record, but I think she can hold the title at least for a couple more years. If anybody else steps up and come in better condition. So these are your top 5 for the Miss Olympia of 2020. And I'd like to congratulate these ladies. You did a great show, a great service for us real hardcore bodybuilding fans who follow real women's bodybuilding. And like I said, we'd like to congratulate this champion with a former champion, Linda Murray. And like I said, she's still young. She has maybe 2 or 3 more years to hold the title. And like I said, what's best of luck. And this, like I said, this is a great birthday and Christmas gift for her. So now, what's her plan is, knowing like a lot of ladies do, time to go eat. This is like I said, you have to diet, eat this. You can't enjoy the good foods. Now I think she's gonna eat herself a greasy burger and a big piece of cake, and maybe drink a little wine. So congratulations to the new Miss Olympia, Andrea Shaw. It's your man, All the Rage, George Page. Don't subscribe. I'm out.